you are brilliant at what you do right now, but if you are burning out every single month, cannot understand how you're going to pay your bills, or when are you going to afford your mortgage, or how can you buy a car, how can you take a vacation? This is a real problem. And honestly, this shows me that yes, at some part you have to work on your mindset, on your identity, on your energy, on all that stuff. This is great. And it's not a you problem that you are lazy or that you don't know your craft or that you don't have enough experience or education. It's honestly because you have a very big business structure problem, which can be fixed if you really want to go there and fix offer by offer, price by price, and really understand what is your client journey and how you want to live your life and how you want to work with your clients, okay? Hello and welcome back to the Life First Business Podcast. I'm actually so excited to be back recording podcast episodes, interviews, and all that good stuff. And as you can see now, this is a video format, which is so exciting. And for those who know me, for those who don't know me, my name is Kristine. I'm sustainable visibility and business strategist for coaches, experts, and service providers. But for those who have been with me for like 2, 3 more years, you know that I actually started this podcast, I think year and a half ago. And I was pretty consistent. I did solo episodes. I did amazing, amazing guest interviews. You can listen to that on my Telegram. But then came the time when I was like a bit burned out. I was so focused on my business, also on my family, and I just stopped. And honestly, I was not like really inspired to create a podcast. So honestly, I'm so excited to be back. We have this amazing setup, so it motivates me to record more. And honestly, today I wanted to restart this podcast with I think it's a kind of like the truth that a lot of service providers and coaches are living in right now, but not a lot of people are actually talking about it. And that's the problem. And the episode, and why I decided to record this episode, because I see that so many amazing, incredible service providers and experts, they're almost or they are already booked out and busy. They're super busy. They're working with their clients, but their income is telling a completely different story. And it's not automatically, it does not mean that they will have the income that they want, right? Because what I see is that they see like, oh my God, Christine, like I'm almost booked out, or I am booked out already, and there's simply no way I can take more clients. But at the end of each month, there's still this feeling that I don't make enough income, or if I make enough income, I'm honestly exhausted and I don't know if I want to repeat this cycle over and over again just to make the same amount I made last month or very close to it, right? So it's this whole cycle. It's like honestly a very vicious cycle where you are like working, you are so busy, you're doing the things, you're showing up, you're having, one on one clients, one on one sessions, one time projects. But somehow, like in the middle of all of this, your income does not feel very stable. One month is this, one month is that, and you honestly feel exhausted. You just want to stop and take a rest. But if you do, your income drastically drops. If you are hearing this and if you're nodding through this whole intro that I'm sharing with you, this is actually a problem and this is not normal. Like, this is not norm by any means. And actually, there is a way how to structure your business differently. And because I see so many coaches and experts say that, hey, I really started this business because I wanted to be more flexible. I wanted to be more free. I didn't want to just sit in an office or do just one thing at a time, or I didn't like my colleagues or my office environment. That's why I started, freelancing or building my own business, whatever it is for you. But you end up in this vicious cycle and you're thinking like, oh my God, like from outside, I look very successful. Like I look booked out. Like I do work with this type of clients. I do with these cool people. I have this cool environment around me. But at the end of the day, I don't have like an income that I can rely on because I don't know exactly how much money I will make. I don't exactly know how much hours I will make each day. And also I don't really know where my next client is coming from, how much they will bring in, and how long we'll be working together because you don't know your structure. And I'm telling you this right now because I see this all the time, and it's not really a you problem that you are lazy or that you don't know your craft or that you uh, don't have enough experience or education. It's honestly because you have a very big business structure problem, which can be fixed if you really want to go there and fix offer by offer, price by price, and really understand what is your client journey and how you want to live your life and how you want to work with your clients. Okay. And second thing, I know that a lot of you may listen to this and think, okay, Christine, okay, this all sounds familiar, but I know that if I can raise more or raise my prices, or if I can have three more clients, I will be good. And I totally hear what you're saying. And I also see that this is a today problem and you are fixing this with a today solution, right? But the same thing will keep happening to you tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, 2 months from now. And I doubt that you will have the same solution back then because you can only raise your prices to a certain amount. Of course, you can, but then you also have to raise your standards, raise the way you work. You have to be the best of the best. Also, you understand that you have to look for people that are willing to pay those prices, okay? And also, you understand that there is a limit between clients, how much clients you can actually take, between your time and the pricing, okay? Because this whole cycle, these three things, this will stay the same, and you cannot fix the same problem with just like adding more clients. Because I can almost guarantee you that you already feel this in your bones that more clients will not necessarily solve your today problems because you have probably been there where you have this financial anxiety, you don't know where your next client is coming from, then you quickly scramble something, you post on social media, you go to networking events, you get a few clients or one bigger clients, and then you're kind of good. But then the same thing happens over and over again, and you understand that this cycle is happening once again, and you just, at this point, you don't want to repeat that. And you understand that if I get a new client or more client, it will not resolve the business structure problem that I'm having right now. And the second thing, or this will be the third thing, that I see a lot of experts and coaches are talking about. Okay, one-on-one sessions, okay, I can say no to those, but then I can have, an Instagram project, or I can create a new launch of my digital product. And I hear that, and it's all beautiful. People think that yeah, they will have a passive offer, which is incredible. But in order to sell passive offers, you pretty much have to be very active seller all the time, which again will require to be on social media pretty much 24/7 in order to sell those passive offers. If you are only relying on social media and if you don't have any, like, let's say, sales engine in place, what I mean, podcasts, long form content, like sustainable visibility system in place that allows you to sell your offers, even when you're not actively on stories, or even when you're not actively going to networking events, or even when you're not actively booking more one-on-one clients, but you still know that you can sell stuff on the side without one-on-one clients, okay? So, launching is great when you know what you are launching, when you know for how much time, price, and you know how much income it will generate you, not just within this project, but in the future, a week from now, months from now, maybe even a year from now. And honestly, I call this cycle, it's kind of like launch Then you have this hype about your launch. You see people reacting, you see DMs, you see comments. Then you have this like program, you launch it. Then you kind of work with clients, which is fine, amazing. You get incredible results. But then your project is ending, and then you're back to like anxiety. What should I do? Money is drying up, and how will I pay my bills, right? And then you get back to what you know. You launch again, and this whole cycle repeats over and over again. And I call it like launch, hype, anxiety, back to launch. This is the cycle that I'm seeing over and over again. And you will be surprised because I see like a lot of actually really great experts with big following doing the same thing over and over again. And what I see the big problem is with this that, okay, they had incredible first two, three, even five launches over in maybe 2 years. But with each and every launch, they feel like people are more cautiously investing. It's taking them longer time for them to say yes. And also, they kind of understand that you will be offering kind of the same thing, only with just different name, maybe a different format. So they're not really interested in the same thing, just in a different outfit. So this is what I see over and over again when experts that had, a great few years, 1 year, even 2 years, a great, incredible launches, they come to me and say, okay, I had this incredible launches and I don't know what is happening and why people are not buying. Like I'm doing the thing that works, right? It worked for me the first, the second, the third time around, but now it's not working anymore. And it's like my buyers are immune to my marketing, right? And I see this very, very much, not just with service providers, but also with big experts with very big audiences. And again, that's not that you are not educated enough. It's not that you are not evolving. It's not that you are lazy or not showing up. It signals that you actually have a business structure problem that can be solved with solving your offers, structuring the way money comes actually in your business month after month. So now I'm going to talk about like alternatives. Okay, what's the solution? You're probably like sitting here and like hearing me like, okay, Kristine, okay, this all sounds familiar. This is me, but what should I do? How can I get out of this vicious cycle? Okay. And I actually want to share a few examples of my clients, my own example of how I like to structure my own business and how I see the same structure or very similar one, depending on each client, depending on, the life they're living, how we are structuring their business in order to make sure the money is coming in, not just when they're launched and actively selling on Instagram, but month after month. Okay. So I'm going to start with first example, and this is about myself. This is about Time to Thrive. So as you know, Time to Thrive is 6 months business coaching and mentorship program, which I run maybe twice a year, sometimes one time per year. But at this point, this program is on and off active for, I think, 3 years. I'm running the same offer, the same program for 3 years now. And each time it's getting better and better and better. And clients are having incredible results. For example, just yesterday, I had client re-signed with me for a third time. She's been with me for 1 year and she's re-signing again for 6 months. So we will be together for a year and a half already. Because Time to Thrive is for sustainable results, is we are building this business structure, layer by layer, offer by offer, because it's not just like 2 months personal branding program where you're going to be visible. And then after those 3 months has gone by, you are going to be exactly where you started, right? Yes, you have been more visible, you have created content, but the offers are not there. That's why the money is still leaking in your business. And how I like to structure my own business is Time to Thrive is actually my core offer. And what I mean by that, most of leads will go into Time to Thrive over time. So just let's take 2026, for example. At the beginning of 2026, I actually launched my first kind of a low ticket offer. It was an audio training. For the first 10 people, it was like a mini mastermind in Telegram. Okay. After this offer, I had another offer. It was a 6 weeks intensive that was intentionally designed. It was like intentionally designed because of it was very intensive version of Time to Thrive. And from this offer, from this audio training offer, I think 3 people re-signed into Offer Incubator, which was 6 week program. And then after these 6 weeks, I actually shared a lot of results, shared a lot of what we are doing inside this offer. And clients had incredible results. They launched their programs, they launched their courses, completely structured their new offers and how they actually like to work and live. And after these 6 weeks, my next offer is launching, Time to Thrive. And it's not a surprise when people from Offer Incubator want to continue and re-sign into Time to Thrive. Okay. So Time to Thrive is actually launching in June 1st. And as of now, it's beginning of May. Already 5 or 6 people are inside Time to Thrive paying me before the program even is starting in order to start with me to work in June. So this is intentional structure that I'm setting up for myself and the same structure we are setting up for our clients. And when the Time to Thrive will launch, it will launch June 1st. It's going to be a 6 month long program. A lot of people will pay monthly. A lot of people want to pay in full. It's completely up to them. But what it will give me a recurring revenue, money that will keep coming in every single month for at least 6 months straight. And I don't need to launch a new offer if I don't want to. Okay. So, what it means is that I can have a pretty free June and July, launch free. I don't have to create new offers, right? I just can work with my existing clients. And honestly, if I wanted to, I can not post on Instagram. I cannot post on Reels. I will still have money coming in from my current clients 6 months ahead at least. That's like a minimum. So, this is how I like to structure my own business and why I set it up in a way. Because in the beginning of year, I sat down and I think, like, okay, what makes sense for me, for my family, and what makes sense for my well-being. Because a lot of you actually know that first 3 months of 2026 I was actually away living in Spain. So I did not want to launch Time to Thrive because I was living in Spain. So I intentionally launched smaller offers that I can launch from there, have my kids there, live my life there, still work, and actually enjoy Spain, traveling around. And then when I come back, I intentionally launch Time to Thrive. So you see what I'm doing here? It's intentional money that I'm creating based on my life, based what I want, based when I want to travel, based when I want to be with my kids, and based when I just want to take a pause and breathe. And also based on the fact that, hey, I was 3 months in Spain. Now May will be like this, like launch month for me. Then I will work. And then again, next month will be more free and more flexible for me. And actually, I want to share that pretty much the same system we have been adapting to a lot of my clients. Let's say, Laura, for example, she came to me. She came to Time to Thrive. She had, I think, 7 day course or something like that. Which she launched just one time. And she pretty much realized that, okay, this is a great money she's earning. She's creating amazing result, but there's simply no way she can relaunch the same offer over and over again. It's just not possible. And it's just not possible with her current time capacity. And also she has a full-time job, which she loves, right? So what we did is we started to create an offer ecosystem and we build it out offer by offer, month by month. So we added actually for the same course, her signature masterclass that she ran. After the masterclass, she had the 7 day course, which was actually created in tier one, like standard price option, and tier two for VIP clients. She booked her VIP spots, I think, in like 3 or 5 days. Literally, they were gone because we worked specifically on her communication, the price, the structure, how we won, what kind of clients she won in this VAP option. Okay. And from this VAP option, I think 2 or 3 clients instantly re-signed to her into her 101 package. It was, I think, around 1,000 euro per month from each client. And this is how we intentionally created, I think, currently now 3 or 4 thousand euro per monthly from 2 or 3 clients, actually, while she's having a full-time job that she loves. And she's not launching all the time. She's launching one time per quarter, I think. And this is very doable for her. The same, very similar example I have with another client, Sandra. She actually has a baby and she wanted to launch her new signature offer, but she was afraid that she will be too available. And she honestly did not want to launch the project, although it had a huge potential. Okay. And when we put like exact rules in place, offer structure, what's the price, when she's available, when she's not available. We also created this tier 1 option of people who are in her mastermind and tier 2 VAP option for people who are in her mastermind and are receiving direct feedback from her. And of course, price is double comparing to the mastermind. And after this launch, she actually messaged me that she had, I think, more than 6-figure launch just in the first 3 months of 2026. And she made the biggest amount of money in those first 3 months comparing to the last year with a baby while breastfeeding. It was just so great to see that, oh my God, we did it. And to know that even a month and a half ago, she didn't want to launch this offer because she was too afraid that she will burn out, she will not be available to her family. And she just messaged me that it was the easiest launch ever with the rules, with the communication that we did, and with honestly with the offer structure that we created for her. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, that based on this example, this is so possible for you, because you don't have to be like caught up in this, one-time project cycle or one-on-one client cycle, one-on-one session cycle, which is incredibly exhausting if you're doing that, if you're a coach. Stop it completely, right? You can do so much better than that, because I'm telling you, you are brilliant at what you do right now. But if you are burning out every single month, and if you're just simply don't cannot understand how you're going to pay your bills, or when are you going to afford your mortgage, or how can you buy a car, how can you take a vacation, this is a real problem. And honestly, this shows me that yes, at some part you have to work on your mindset, on your identity, on your energy, on all that stuff. This is great. But on baseline, you have to work with your business structure. Like, this is the number one thing that I see, that people think, oh, they're not confident enough. They need to show up more. They need to post more. But post what? You have to understand, where are you driving these people to, and how your offers are actually going to look like, and how much money your offers is going to bring in every single month. Not just when you're launching, not just when you're, active on stories and on posts. So, wrapping up this episode, I already knew that I want to share these examples with you, like literal my example, my client's example, because I have created something super special for you. On May 17th, Sunday, I'm actually doing something I've never done before. I'm doing a live free workshop, offers that pay you monthly. I love the name. It's such a good name, I think, where we are going to map out your offers, your 3, 5, 10K months in recurring revenue, in money that will come in every single month, not just when you're launching, not just when you're, dancing on stories on TikTok, but offers that will pay you every single month. Okay? Because this is possible for you. If it's possible for my clients, by the way, I think Laura has like 600 followers. It does not mean that you have to have this huge audience, but it means that you have to work on your business structure in order to understand how the money will come into your business. So I'm so excited to invite you into this live workshop with me, because this will be absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to see you all. It will be such a great sub day, May 17th. The link will be in the show notes. Sign up and I will see you there. And also, if you enjoyed this episode, if you are like, oh my God, this is like totally me. I think I hosted a workshop last week and one girl messaged me and she said, this was like a splash of ice cold water on me, because this is literally me. And I thought that there's something wrong with me or my mindset or my identity, or I don't have the best energy, right? She has the energy. Everything is okay with her, but her offer structure was completely off. And there was no way for that money to come into her business with six coaching sessions. She was selling six coaching session package. There's just no way. So when we look at your business and start building the actual ecosystem, the actual offer ecosystem for your business, offer by offer, step by step, everything changes. So I'm so excited to see you inside this workshop. Just click on the link in the show notes and I will see you on May 17th. We'll see you on offers that pay you monthly. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you like that, if you resonated with it, it will mean actually the world to me if you can just share it on your stories, share it on your Instagram, share it with your friend, tag me in. I would love, love, love to see your thoughts. And I'm so excited to see you in the next episode.